Hey guys, welcome back. It is Bushcraft Family with another video. First of all, get off right at the beginning here. I don't know if people misunderstood me or just my blabbing going off to town. The last video I did kind of blew up. Everybody says that I think the U.S. soil is going to be attacked. I didn't really say that, but on the other hand, it's already happened, you know. Again, the consensus is always nobody's going to attack the United States, you know, blah, 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 blah. Never say never. That's all I'm going to go on about it. I never said it's going to happen. I just said the likelihood of it. Especially when you say it's not going to, others want to prove you wrong, so to speak. But today, what I wanted to go over, you know, the talks with Trump and Iran going on right now, or not going on for that. There's some news upon this. Trump says it's going well and everything. I mean, that's what he's supposed to say. You know, he doesn't come out. He's not going to come out and say, well, they're not talking to me. You know, he's going to say they're going well. Other reports, alleged reports, because nothing's true on the internet or anything else, but it's something to think about. Now, with the talks and with Trump telling Iran to open the straits over there. If he doesn't open, or if they don't open, sorry, I don't want to misgender somebody. Got to say they nowadays. Especially him. Sorry. Yeah. If they don't open the straits, Trump said he's going to start bombing the power plants and things like that, resource type stuff. So their reply back is, if you, meaning the United States, hits any of our, you know, public power, you know, that kind of thing, we will do the same to you on U.S. soil. Again, this is kind of like what we were talking about, just to, you know, talking about this other business, but now allegedly the threat is true. So I think today is the deadline, the 23rd, which is, you know, it's already, by the time you guys watch this, it'll be probably close to the 24th over there. So what's that mean? Right now, depending on where you're at, it could be very dangerous for, you know, power outages, or, you know, could be gas, could be communication. You know, it's hard to say. And what kind of attack would it be? 90% of the time, what they would do, it would be a digital attack, you know, cyber, because that's the easiest way. Or, as many others have talked about, and we've seen on the news here and there, which they tend to kind of hide this stuff a lot, but sleeper cells. So you gotta wonder, if we do go and start dropping payload on, you know, their power plants and stuff like that, is there going to be retaliation here in the United States on our soil? Again, you know, with the last video I did, a lot of people were saying you want it to happen, this and that. I don't want it to happen. I'd like everybody to be peaceful. No wars or anything, but we're human. That's what's going to happen, It's that thing. So, now I do know, the last few days it has been very nice over there. From what I gather, I'm assuming once things pick up again, it's going to be the same type of stuff. Now, according to Trump, the talks are going well, and he talks about the 15 points of this and that and the other. One of the things that's on the table that he doesn't want to doesn't want them to have capabilities of making nukes, so to speak, and which nobody wants that. I don't think anybody should have those, but it's the name of the game. There is a big amount of petroleum, the nuke stuff over there. And I think a reporter asked Trump about that, and he said we would just go over there and I don't know if he said destroy it or, confiscate it, so to speak. I don't know what that means, what would be done with it or anything like that, but it is what it is. There has been a lot of talk about China has sent stuff over to help out a bit. What does that mean for us? We don't know. Anyways, I kind of wanted to clear up with Cat. Wanted to kind of clear up with some of the comments. I don't know if people just they didn't watch the whole video. I know I blab sometimes over and over again, but maybe they just didn't understand. But again, this was just a conversation about, a lot of talk going on with the war coming here and stuff. And I wanted to open people's eyes because as soon as somebody talks about us going to war and it coming to the United States, nope, never happened. It'll never happen. It already has. So, yeah, you can't really say it'll never happen, especially if you do say that. You almost jinx it for yourself. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. But the threat now is our infrastructure, power, gas, communication, banking system. If a cyber attack took out our banking system right now, how long would you be able to hold out without money from the bank? Because everybody has that little plastic card with the chip in it. That's their whole thing, If that happened, there's a lot of people on Social Security, disability, not to mention, the other stuff that is out there that the food stamps and all that stuff would go away. Imagine the people's reaction to that. You remember when the government got shut down, everybody freaked out, no food stamps. Horrible, My EBT, I want my EBT. Yeah. Just imagine that. And eventually it'll go to the streets. You can see stuff going on right now in certain areas. People will fight over lip balm for that matter, that starts out with 2 people fighting, and then there's 50 people out in the street, and nobody knows what they're fighting for. It's just they're there, so let me go do it. And it's silly, but that's the way it is. And you go in these bigger cities. I wouldn't want to live in a bigger city. I live in a small city right now, and I don't like it. It'd be even worse living in a bigger city. But just imagine, take out communication. Any of these things, take out communication. Gen Z guys won't be able to order Uber to go get food, or Uber Eats, or whatever Grubhub, or whatever they call that stuff. They don't know how to cook unless it comes in a Tide Pod. They can't get on the internet anymore because their phone's not working. What else? Okay, take out probably one of the most not needed as much things would be gas. Take out gas. Natural gas, propane, whatever you want to call it. You don't have heat for people up in the north. People down south say they're cold down there and stuff, but they don't know what cold is. That may not be so bad, but there are a lot of power plants that use natural gas and propane to power things. So you would have blackouts in certain areas, meaning no power, no way of cooking, that kind of thing. If people don't know how to start a fire, for one thing, I'm surprised half the population would know how to go out and get wood, which I very well doubt that would ever be a thing. So any one of these, you're looking at a massive amount of loss of life in the first 30 days. Easy. Because nobody knows how to do anything anymore. It's all done with a computer and a button push, and food comes to your door. Think about electricity. That's a big one. They cut all the electricity in the United States. Again, they said 90% of the population, if there was a total blackout, 90% of the population would be gone in 30 days. Imagine that if you were one of those that were still here. Imagine the stink, the smell, because there's not going to be anybody, at the local morgue that's going to fill up too fast. It'll just be horrible. But I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just a YouTuber. I get information and I relay it to you. That what I say is 100%, true stuff. It is. And if anybody tells you different, they lying to get views and stuff. So I'll leave it at that. Anyways, if you're not preparing yet, what are you waiting for? If anything, prepare for, prices to go up. Buy it cheaper now than it will be later. Imagine if you would have thought of this 6 years ago when things were cheaper, and then bought it then, and then now you have it now, you'd be setting pretty, so to speak. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Until next time, catch you on the next one. Peace.